It's been about 10 days since the hailstorm, so we're gonna take a look at how my garden's doing. Good news is that nothing died, but bad news is the damage is a lot more severe than it even looked initially on some of these plants. For example, this is my tomato. Some of this damage used to be green when we looked at it initially, but now that it's healed up, it's brown. And there's a lot of it. I mean, it's trying to do as good as it can with what the plant has. But I'm not seeing a ton of new growth just yet. Here we have a watermelon. Again, a lot of damage right here. This whole vine, I don't know, I think it's in trouble. Although some new growth is poking through here. On this side though, it's put out a lot of new growth right here. So it's basically started a whole new vine right here. This pepper was stripped to almost nothing. It's put out quite a few new leaves right here, but these poor fruit are so damaged. I'm gonna take them off today to give the plant a little bit more energy that it can reroute into new growth and forming new fruit. Another tomato, again, pretty severely damaged. It's starting to pull the nutrients from the bottom leaves to redistribute to areas where it can use it. That was my first cluster of fruit. As you can see, it's all broken off. Like all of the fruit were broken off and it's pretty much dead. So no fruit there. I literally have one tomato left so far on this plant. Oh, maybe two. Here's another one. This one, I am not seeing a ton of new growth either, but there is some. So like here is some side growth, a sucker, I guess is another way of calling it, coming through. So hopefully it becomes a strong growth. Outside of that, I don't really see a ton happening. Oh, here's another tomato that is forming, so hopefully that grows. Here's an eggplant. Again, a lot of damage on this eggplant. I had to prop it up with the cage because it couldn't support itself anymore. But it held on to all of its fruit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 little eggplants. Still trying. This one's looks like that got pollinated, so that's gonna be another one. Green beans are doing okay. I've never actually grown green beans, so I'm hoping this is the fruit forming, but it looks kind of funny. So, oh, actually no, there's a green bean. So hopefully some green beans come in. Very exciting. Cabbage, ay. So this cabbage is pulling the juice from the bottom leaves that were dead as much as it can. The rest is dying. The head is holding on, but this plant is struggling, and I got a ton of aphids on it. Those suckers just keep on coming. I've sprayed them once. I'm gonna have to do it again because it looks like some of them survived. Yuck. Chard is trying. Those leaves are shredded, but it's trying. Pushing out new growth right there. Another cabbage. This one's doing pretty okay. And no aphids on this one. And then finally the zucchini. This was so broken down. I was so sad for it. It actually managed to fruit on its own while it was recovering. And from the looks of it, it's starting to grow kind of on this side of the plant. Let me show you over here. It's a little bit easier to see. So this side was pretty damaged. See, it's dying out. But this side is where it's pushing out the new growth towards. And there is a lot of fruit and a lot of flowers coming. So there's gonna be zucchini yet. And here's my second bed. Here's my tomato. This is a cherry tomato kind. It's actually ripening some fruit down here already. Looks nice. Got a cabbage right next to it. It's looking good. Carrots. More beans. And this one I think is making little beans there too. Really excited about that. Beets are starting to be done. I actually can see the tops starting to pop out. There they are. So some can probably be harvested already. Another set of carrots. Doing good. Another eggplant. This one I think I do need to prop up also because it doesn't support itself very well. But that one has a few eggplant on there too. Looks like 4. And a few more being pollinated towards the top. So that's great. I have a sweet pepper over here. It's got a couple peppers. There's one right there. There's another one right there turning red. Another cabbage. This one's doing pretty well too. Kale. Looking good. Broccoli. This was my straggler broccoli, but it's taking off, so it's probably going to produce a nice head for me. And we're back to the tomato. It does have quite a few fruits, so hopefully we're gonna get some. We're back to my annual flowers. Here they are, looking beautiful again. Like I said, it's been about 10 days since the hailstorm. Lucky for me, we had a trip right in the middle of it, so I was gone for about 7 days out of 10 days, so I didn't have to see my poor plants struggling, and when I came back, they looked really good, especially the annual flowers. So as we can see, we got lots of new blooms. Lots of new growth. The coleus was really stubby, but it got a ton of new growth right there. So you can't really see the stubs anymore. More flowers here. And then the lilies are blooming. They did get beat up by that hailstorm and the flowers were affected and damaged, but look at how pretty they are. They're still trying their best. Like, see, they're curling up. This is where it got beat up and it damaged those leaves on top. But they're still trying so hard. Looking so beautiful. I love seeing my lilies this time of year. I always wait for this to happen so I can enjoy them, and here they are. And the bees are loving it in there too. So gorgeous. I sprayed my peony with some sulfur. It's helping with the powdery mildew. It's not as bad as it was before, so that's good. And here's a look from this side. And we're moving on to this other side. Here's my salvia. This didn't really get affected too much by the hailstorm. Very hardy plant. These guys are recovering. They were so sad looking there immediately after they got beat up, but here they are. This guy is still recovering. Here are the blooms that it's supposed to have, but as you can see, it doesn't have a ton. There, they are smashed. But it's trying to get new ones, so hopefully they're coming. I got my sweet potato vines getting huge. Look at that. And then I got my petunia in there. It's getting quite a bit new growth, so hopefully new flowers are coming soon. I got more flowers recovering in the back. Another coleus. Again, this got beat up pretty good over here, but new growth covering that up already. More blooms over here. And then this pink petunia also got a ton of new growth. So the flowers are coming. See all of these little buds right there. Those will be opening up here any day. Another peony. Again, I also sprayed this one with sulfur. It's getting better, but this one is in rougher shape. This did get more damage though, so damaged plants are more prone to disease and they have a harder time fighting it off. But I'll spray it again. And then more lilies over here. Look at how pretty they are. I love them. They're huge too. This is my hand and these are the flowers. They're big, beautiful flowers. I wasn't sure if they will open up at all this year after all the damage, but they're trying. Good job. It's been about 10 days since the hailstorm and things are recovering. We have more flowers and they look happy. I also have tomatoes ripening. Look at that. That was awesome. Everything's looking pretty good here. Containers are starting to recover too. Not as rapidly as the in-ground ones, but they are starting to flower again. Here's this side. Again, flowers are coming back. Powdery mildew is pretty much gone out of these salvias. I used sulfur to spray them and it did pretty good. Eggplant is growing an eggplant. That's pretty cool. There's only one fruit on this, but it's getting bigger. Look at this cabbage. It's massive. This is like the largest cabbage I have. And I wasn't planning on harvesting anything here, but I might just cut this one and make something with it. I could use a win. The chard is making a recovery too. The leaves that got shredded are still pretty shredded, but the new ones are coming in, like this one. And they're starting to get larger, so hopefully that's a sign of the plants recovering. And here are the flowers here. Very pretty. I'm excited for them to keep blooming. My pots by the garage are looking better too. Here's one. And here's another. And here's another one. These pots are making a comeback, especially that plant has gotten a lot more leaves, which is really cool. And that red one in the back also got a lot more leaves. These guys in the front are trying, but they do need to push a little more growth. The flowers that were budding up here earlier died after the hailstorm, but the leaves are pushing in and looks like they're all alive, so I'm grateful for that. And then the little babies that I had in the cups, they seem to be recovering also, so that's good. I'll take that.